Being at the age of 20 years old as a man, it's a very stressful age, if you will. Money becomes the sheer priority, as it naturally is for us, you know, specifically for the individuals who weren't necessarily born into wealth. But either way, in a universal sense, the question that, storms around and has been asked of us all the time since we were little, what do you want to be? And, a few decades later, specifically two, becomes all the more clear. What career do you want? That's the big question. Because that gets you the money, right? To live how you're meant to live, or whatever that means to you. So you have that big cloud of bubble of judgment in your mind every single day, right? And this will link to the title of the video. Don't you worry. With that being said, that's gonna probably be, and speaking from my own experience, probably one of the most stressful periods and insecure periods of your life in a way, in the sense that you don't really have everything put together. And you may have to do some, you know, unfavored sacrifices to get to that goal, to which eventually everything will be a lot easier. You're gonna have to front load that one area of your life, unfortunately, the money part. That's the biggest tussle, if you will. I'd even go as far as to say it's the final bus. The beginning stages, at least. Feels like a big storm. Remember, for the Americans, I think it's for you, it's GPA, your high school exams. We had GCSEs, right? And in that phase of life, we had a big, just immense amount of pressure bestowed onto us. And we had to work 5 years, work our butt off from the year 7 to year 12, just year 11, to get those grades, right? And that being said, with all of that big, most of your mental space being focused on that aspect of your life, the financial realm, I've had a new level of respect for myself going to the title of the video. And if you're still here, thank you, because I rambled on a bit too long. Just getting into the flow of things. It's good to be back. But I digress. With the title, I've learned you shouldn't be chasing people in life, and don't chase people in life that don't care about you. I'm going to try to swear a lot less as well, because I was going to say, don't go out. I'm trying to change my life, man. So I don't want to swear as much anymore. And I realized I never really had to swear. I'm not saying, of course, I'm not going to say 100% of the time my videos will be swearless. There may be times where the emotion just really kicks in and the passion comes out. And maybe I'll limit myself to only 3 per video. That's a good way to beat a really bad habit in a way. But if it really does authentically, if I really truly feel it in my heart and it comes out, so be it. I'm going to try to do it a lot less, because I learned you don't really need to always swear to make a point. But sometimes it does matter, in my opinion. Emphasis, But yeah, in terms of that big cloud of judgment in your head all the time, I say there's no time to be chasing someone who clearly doesn't care about you. They don't give a damn about you. And it shows in their response. Now, they owed me what they owed me would have done, I'd give them grace. And I still do. I still do. Oh, you may say to yourself, perhaps they're busy. Maybe they are. Okay, fair enough. If they tell you, it's fine, okay? At least it's be a no, so you have an idea of what to expect next. But if it becomes consistent, if it's constantly being done, it's only natural you start to feel a rift, an unspoken rift. It's coming. Now, this is coming from someone who's cut off quite a few people in the past in my life who I also considered close friends, right? And it was never easy to do. Though it did build a stronger mental scar tissue in my brain. Believe me when I say I had no pleasure in doing that. But sometimes you have to make sacrifices, man. And sometimes you just have that gut heart feeling that as much as I love and appreciate the memories I had with you, I can no longer stay with you. And that's just growing apart. Things happen. And that's not a knock on you. It's just that personalities are no longer compatible. And it just comes down to communication, self-respect. If something feels one-sided, Because what your brain would do, my brain was like this too in the past. If something feels one-sided, it just feels like you're chasing that individual. I know it's very easy to, you want to chase back. You feel a sense of guilt. What did I do wrong? Okay? This is what I was like in my high school friendships, my college friendships. Eventually, you will just grow apart. And there will also be times where things just feel so one-sided. You try bring something and revive something back to life because you have a good heart. You know, you want the best. But you're beating a dead horse. They've shown you they don't care about you. Now, if they give you an excuse, sorry, I was busy and whatnot, fine, forgive them. And I still believe you should forgive either way, regardless of the pain that they exhibited onto you. As painful as it may be, as Jesus taught us to forgive. But there is nothing in the Bible saying that you must stay with that person who's harmed you. So you can leave. And you're free to do that. And I've done that many times with friends in my past, right? Who I'm no longer friends with now. And I hold no resentment to them. I wish them the best. I truly do. But it's just more so, life goes on. Man, I had to learn this the hard way. And in those initial phases, it's hard to accept. You're in denial. But you have to realize, man, things come and go in this life, man. Family come, they go. And unfortunate manners too sometimes, via death. I've experienced death in the face in that regard. Losing a parent all them years ago. That, and the less extreme standard comparison to that. But still just as painful. Not just as painful, I'd say, but still holding extreme pain. Having to cut off someone, that's that emotional pain. It hurts, I know. Because you've known someone for so long. And I get you. And I don't believe you should be quick to burn bridges straight away. Try figure things out. But if you notice a consistent pattern, what I like to do, I like to call someone out on their bullshit, right? Because as loving as I am to family and friends, I'm also very fair and just. Right? So if someone points something bad out, does something bad, I'm gonna call them out on it. The same way I expect and I receive to me also when I do something bad, I call someone out on their crap. And if you're able to have that communication, the boundaries, the reasons as to why something isn't as consistent, you may be talking to a friend or texting a friend, and it's just you talking. Okay, and I know your instinctive response straight away is to say something bad. Hold it back for now. And don't say it, period. Sorry. The reason why I say don't say it straight away, your first response tends to be out of emotion and fear. Look at that text, type in the worst text you possibly can, just to yourself privately to get it off your chest. Now rationalize it in a non-harmful manner. Still expressing your beliefs of frustration, but in a more formal, or necessarily, I mean, it depends on your relationship with the person, but a construct adult-like manner, if that makes sense, okay? Send that, do that. This is what I do, right? So send that for the boundaries, right? You don't appreciate something and whatnot, cool. They see it, they should understand, right? If it's just a straight you text, no reply, I still give them grace. I give it a few days, a few days or whatnot. All right, cool, that's cool. Maybe he's going through something. If it's consistent, if it's happening a lot, sometimes silence can really be the answer. And with a lot of my old friendships, we just naturally grew apart. It just fizzled out. And a lot of you probably say, "Oh, he's not replying. Maybe I should keep replying text back." Okay, yeah, maybe initially, okay. Because if it's out of the view, if it's out of the norm, go ahead. But if a pattern keeps happening over and over again, then that silence from the other person is your answer. And this will be a brutal truth, and I know it will be hard to accept. And I've been through it myself many times in the past. But someone has to tell you the truth. They clearly don't care about you. They don't. Because for someone to leave you for that long, it's a reflection of them. They don't care about you, and that's fine. Things come and go. Things come and go, and you shouldn't be attached to anyone. You should feel strong bonds, but you shouldn't feel, as in a piece of your character is cut off simply because a person has left your life. Because you came into this world by yourself. You will leave this world by yourself also. So that silence can be the answer. That silence sometimes can mean many things. The blunt truth, they just don't care about you anymore. They don't value your presence as much as you once did. And what I used to do before, chase, and this is probably what you know. You chase them, you keep chasing them down till they get a response. Don't do that. You're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting yourself because you're investing time into someone who doesn't care about you. It's the same as chasing a woman. Like, we can make this universal in a relationship sense and in a friendship sense. Someone keeps chasing you down. Well, if someone rejects you constantly, or let's talk about a woman in this context. If a woman doesn't show you any signs of interest, you see in public, she's not giving you any attention, you manually still trying to pursue that woman starts to become, of course, as very offensive to the law. And, there's punishment to that, of course. You go to prison, rightfully so. So why is it with our friends we want to change that? We want to make it an exception. No, disrespect is still disrespect. And as I've grown older, I started to realize, and more stress coming through your mind and whatnot, just about other future responsibilities that you need to bear going into adulthood. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Though I don't like the circumstance and what happened between the two of us, or as in a group, whatever that means to you, I respect your honesty, right? And sometimes, in terms of honesty, it's not always exhibited through speech. Sometimes the honesty is exhibited just through silence. That can be an answer in and of itself, right? So what you do is you just respond with the same energy. Now, some of you guys are saying, respond with the same energy. Why? I mean, let me explain. You have the last word. You had a reaching hand. Booze on their court now. If they're not willing to interact back, let it fizzle out slowly. Give them the answer they want. The silence back. You return the energy. You return the energy. It's a mutual die-off, a mutual standpoint. I just let it fizzle out. Like all of my other friendships. If the energy is not returning the same way as if I have self-respect for myself. I was raised better. I was raised to respect myself. And my mom and my family didn't raise me to chase someone who doesn't care and show you any attention back. So what I used to do, I'd always harass the person if it's one-sided. What I do now, I just return the same energy. I'm a very simple, easy person to understand. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. If you're rude to me, I'm rude to you. I return the energy. Now, mutually, I'm actually a chill guy, and I don't really get into arguments with people like that. I don't really get into make feuds or enemies or anything like that. But I do have the self-respect. What tends to happen a lot of time is our respect is taken for granted. If you keep constantly chasing someone who clearly doesn't care about you, doesn't give a fuck about you, excuse me for my language, but if you keep doing that, whether it be in a relationship or a friendship sense, it's essentially you rewarding their bad behavior. So it creates a feedback loop in their brain. They won't value you as much anymore. Because even though they value you less, you keep chasing them. So it's a reflection of yourself, so they're going to hate you more. And even if it does fizzle out and it's no longer a friendship, do this. You might as well return the energy back. Turn the energy back and just be silent too. Your answer was given, they don't care about you. If it's family, it's a bit complicated too. I'd say try reconcile the best you can. Because friendships do unfortunately fall apart sometimes, and I don't wish it on anyone, but it probably will happen to you some point in your life. I mean, all the people I know who has been through it at least once. Try reconcile with your family as best as you can. But sometimes, man, I know there are toxic family dynamics too, which is very unfortunate. You're just gonna have to distance yourself too if they just aren't really willing to work so. And you really had a giving heart of trying to fix things over. It's tough, it's sad, it's very sad, but it's all down to self-respect. As life gets more difficult, and there's already things going on. I mean, the last thing you'd want to do is, the last thing you would want to do is add another mental bandwidth of someone who really doesn't care about you. And now it's just acting stress and weight on your shoulders. Don't do that. So I do now. And it will just naturally come with age. It's hit me a lot earlier. See, I'm not saying my brain's fully mature, but I'd be willing to imagine about around 25, probably get to this mentality of, man, you really have to put yourself first, man. And it's not even a matter of just acting a certain way to attract people. It's just acting a certain way, improving every day. That's congruent to yourself, to which will attract people as a byproduct. And friendships do fall out. Even the greatest friendships do, which we once viewed as In that regard, in the beginning stage, it will be hard because, like I said, it's one sided. You're trying to get your voice out there. It's You're talking to the abyss. Older me would have just chased them down. I respond with the same energy. Some of you guys say, God, why do that? If they truly did value you, they would find a way to reach you back. If not, that's fine too. Be indifferent. Obviously, it is great to have friends. I'm not saying it's bad. Friends are, here's my take on friends. You don't need it to survive, but it's a really great experience to have. Fuck me is a great experience to have. Very great. So I wouldn't say don't have them. Have them. It's a once in a lifetime experience. It's great. It's great. Definitely have them. Most of you know that you came into this world by yourself. You came out this world by yourself. If the right people come into your life and they build your character as a person, embrace that fully. Because it's a privilege to hang out with them, right? It's a privilege. Not a privilege rather than, how do I say this? Give me a minute. Just for the sake of doing so. And other than it come out the best way. But you should put some value in yourself too. You should value yourself as a person too, whether that be friends or relationships. Text and dating. A lot of you guys like to date, right? You text a girl, she ain't texting you back, she giving you silent treatment. I know your first instinct is to keep chasing her down, she respect you less. Huh. You'd be surprised. Your friends too, make that no different. Same treatment. You're trying to reconcile. Same silence. Give the silence back. And some of you guys are saying, oh, but what if we never talk again? That's the point. You were never compatible. Things fizzle out. Let it fizzle out. So me, I don't chase anyone anymore. At this point in my life, and I think it'll just be like this till I die pretty much. It's more of a transformation of my character. I'm done chasing people who don't care about you. I just let it fizzle out. I won't say anything back. I just leave it. Go. If it fizzle out, the friendship fizzle out, it's cool. That's how all of my other friendships ended too. I don't like doing that. I don't pleasure doing it. But sometimes you can just sense when things are no longer the way it once was, and that's fine. It happens in life. The same way you get fired from jobs, relationships fizzle out. It's unfortunate, but you have to embrace it. And yes, and it's just a new mentality I have now. I don't really have a stress over because I know it's very easy to feel guilt. Oh, did I say this? Did I say this? Did I say this? When it's just silence and abyss and whatnot. Cool. But now I don't stress over that anymore. I only worry about things that are within my control. I can't control another person. If they don't like you, if the girl don't like you, if a friend don't like you no more, if they're giving you dry text or no text, don't stress over it, man. Obviously, do your best, reach your hand out. But hey, there's only so much you can do. You can't control someone else. You can only prioritize yourself. Let the good people attract to your life anyway. So stop chasing people who don't care about you. Give them the same energy back. Because even if they just fizzle out and you're no longer friends with each other, there's one thing I can guarantee you for fucking sure. That's the last time I swear because I hit the 3 swear count. They will respect you more at least. The same way someone beats you up in public, you do nothing back. You hit them, you don't hit them back. You know, in comparison to you did hit them back, they'll still dislike you either way, right? If you don't hit back, they'll just see you as a beat up puddle dolly toy to just beat up on. But at least if you hit them back, they'll know you fight back. They'll dislike you either way, but the respect is there. In this context, the same rule applies. So if you just don't talk back, it shows you respect your boundaries, you respect your space, you respect your peace, you respect your time. And as you increase your value as a man, you know, it will benefit in all other areas of life. He will respect you too, even though you don't like him. That's facts, because you're not willing to chase something that doesn't show love back. You know? It's a serious thing, man. It may just sound like I'm going a bit too deep. No, trust me. Trust me, man, because the people who attach themselves too much to others, in that sense, and feel destructive when love is not being held back from either a friend or relationship, they're the people that do the most heinous things. Like, though, this is why people end up killing their spouses and shit like that. Shit goes deep. Throwing like acid and just killing, stabbings, it's deep. It goes deep. It's a massive rabbit hole. And to prevent that from happening, you need to realize yourself. You need to get to know yourself, your boundaries. And when life weighs on you, sometimes it just happens naturally. What life weighs on you, And then you really just, you're in like all right, cool. I mean, I'm in the chaos now. But there's some things in life I can't keep holding on to. Even though I love this, I'm gonna have to throw it out. It's just not meant to be. And that's what I realized. And I don't really chase people like that no more. I prioritize myself. And that's the new mentality I have here forward. And now, forever have I like it. It's a shift from my past self. We just chase at the time. It's uncomfortable in the beginning, I won't lie. But I definitely respect myself more. And I thank myself for that.